G'day and hello beautiful people, it is Mimo here. Let's have a bit of a chat when it comes to the dual axe Tyreese. Now of course I won this guy in a raid tournament. He was the first place reward and I was lucky enough to run away with that first place and of course this great toon in the end. Now we start off with the specialty stat, which of course is the neutralize, and like many of you may know, neutralize is one of my favourite specialty stat you can get in the game, and the reason being is I've found it to be very effective and I really like it. Essentially what it does is when a character or an enemy is 90% of their AP is charged up and they're basically ready to rush, you can actually neutralize them with this character, which is really handy because most defense teams without their rushes become like a glass house. So it can be as OP as you want it to be, but once you neutralize their rushes, you essentially can bring most teams down to their knees. If you run multiple neutralizers, you can really inhibit the ability of that defense team. Rushes are one of the most valuable things you can have in a defense team, especially when it's run by an AI, and if you can stop those defense teams by rushing, then you definitely make them that much easier to beat and a bit like jelly, no matter how strong they are. So that's why I really value neutralize, and I do like running multiple neutralized characters and sort of bringing those big OP defense teams, just making them next to nothing. But in saying that, he not only has this neutralize as a great attribute, he has other good abilities within his rush and things like that. So if we move on to his rush, he has a 45 AP rush, which is what you want to see, very fast. That's what we all like to see, the 45. We always know that's a tick in every box. Now he deals 425% damage to up to 2 enemies, and this character gets plus 70% attack for 2 turns. Now 425% damage is not bad at all. You know, we all like to see the 800% of Andreas and Shivas, or 600% of the Green Jesus and things like that, but at the end of the day 425% damage is more than capable of killing, and the fact that he hits 2 enemies with 425% makes it that bit more valuable. We all like the multiple hitters these days. You know, he only hits 2, but that's better than just hitting the 1, right? So depending on the buffs you have, that definitely could kill, especially against blue Andreas. You know, they're pretty much glass house. A lot of blue big hitters are glass housey. You know, you throw one rock and it all shatters. So it's a pretty nice damage rate there, and then he gets plus 70% attack for 2 turns, so not bad at all. Within 2 turns, depending on the leader skill you have, you definitely could get him rushing once again within that 2 turns, so you could probably have a constant plus 70% attack for that character. Now let's move on to his stats when fully maxed out. He has 834 attack, 769 defense, and 1113 HP. Overall, nothing too special in that department. The attack is quite nice. The defense you would want a bit higher, but it's nice, and the HP is pretty nice as well. If we cross over to his superior dual axes, of course we have a custom or special weapon in there. In the first slot we have plus 25% HP, second one is plus 10% attack, and the third one is bonus attack, which is plus 25% attack for the first 3 turns of every wave. So very much an attack orientated player, this Tyreese, and that's the way in which I use him. I don't really use him on a defense team, but more as an attacking player, and I've found him to be more effective that way. In saying that, I'm sure he could be very effective on a defense team. If you changed out a few stats on his weapons, he would come. He could be a quality defense player, but I very much like him as an attacking base player, and that's the way in which I use him, and I found him to be most effective. And with his weapon, I've yet to upgrade it. I'd definitely probably add on more attack, being like I said, I use him in an attacking way, so more attack will go on that and things like that. Might buff for the HP or change it out for the defense probably. But as always, I hope you did enjoy, and thank you for watching.